Hello Virgo, this is your extended reading and I have a question to ask you. Are you ready to keep your ears and eyes open so that you can learn from the people of this land that you are disembarking on, that is completely foreign to you but at the same time has this, I want to say, like this incredible connection to nature and to their land, to their earth. It's like their plot of land incredibly is special to them, but it's also like significant to them. That's the reason why I feel like the sun was showing up already at the end of the first part for you, because I feel like you are going to a land where this sun god is venerated and devoted to, because it's part of maybe the agriculture culture or maybe the gardening culture, or it's like there is incredible significance to how they take care of the land. And I feel like you are, it's like you are willing and wanting to learn from these people, learn how they tend to their soil, how they plant, how they garden, how they cultivate their food, how they, it's like it's how this culture is built upon. And this is the reason why I feel like it's like a very, it's interesting because it's maybe not an entire culture, maybe like a community where the sun is incredibly important to them. You know, maybe they do sun salutations or something like that, because I feel like you, it's like you are the foreign one but they are foreigns to you, right? So it's like this uh it's like in developing this communication, this relationship, it's like you know what you want from them, like, and you want to learn from them, and in a way that you, because remember, it's like you were carrying your bag of seeds, right? You had in your hands incredible potential that you knew that you were searching for the right place to plant them. So it's not that you were searching for any kind of place, or you know, you were, it's like you were setting sail blindly to, you know, be guided by the wind and see wherever you ended up, right? It's like maybe you knew exactly where you were heading to, so you knew that you would find fertile land, fertile earth to plant all of these rich seeds that you were bringing with you, right? And so you are wanting to learn from them. We're starting this extended with the 10 of Wands. And now I was wondering between readings, between the first part and this part, why I was mixing up so much Virgo with Leo, right? Not only because they had this Sun card, and you know, Sun is a ruler of Leo, but when this card came as your first card here in the extended, I understood exactly why was that. And you know, Leo had also this same card for them in the extended, but it has like a different meaning, because for Leo, they were, it's like they had hoped that if they invited a partner to their garden, to this beautiful perspective of how they see the world, right, as a path of flowers. You know, often I see the 10 of Wands as a shared path of flowers. So for Leo, they invited somebody, you know, that they felt connected to at some point to share this vision, but it wasn't, it's like they just couldn't see the world as Leo did. And I want to say, Virgo, for you, and this is where the messages tie into one another, it's like this continuation, but now it's your perspective, right, Virgo? You are the ones who are willing and wanting and desiring and curious to learn from another's perspectives, right? It's like you want to see how these foreigners are tending to the land, are tending to their patch of flowers, to their path of beautiful flowers. And by just walking through another's paths, right? Or, you know, it's like you are now the one who has been invited to see life from another point of view, right? One that is incredibly different from yours. But you are as enchanted with their point of view as maybe they are curious to invite you in, right? And so you want to learn from them. And this is very, very clear to me here. So not only the 10 of Wands is this shared path, this shared perspective. It's like, and you are the one entering a new territory, entering a new, it's like entering a new beauty way, right? It's like you are the one following the footsteps of another. And this really ties into the end of the Leo reading, where they were walking in this returned beautiful perspective that was leaving the footsteps so that those who were interested in could follow them. And maybe you are the one following Leo, right? Maybe you are the one following the sun, right? You are being guided by the sun because you want to see, you know, this land where they are devoted to the sun, maybe where they are devoted to light, to enlightenment, to self-awareness, to a more like a more natural, organic lifestyle, right? And so you are the one entering this path, right? This is not naturally your path. This is a completely new terrain, but is incredibly beautiful. And with these cards, Three of Cups, Three of Swords, and Judgment, so this has nothing to do really with the traditional meanings of these three cards, although the Three of Cups, that usually comes to me as this message of, you know, a co-creation that is resonant, right? That resonates with your heart, Virgo. Because although this is a foreign landscape, although this is a new path of flowers, maybe different new species of flowers that you've never seen before, right? And you're so awestruck, it's like so enchanting that you cannot take your eyes off of this, and you just want to learn from them and learn how they it's like how they cultivate this beauty, right? And so, and maybe this is something that is exactly what they are inviting you in. It's almost like they have no resistance. They have no hesitation, although you are foreign to them too, right? So it's like because of this heart's resonance, right? Maybe because they see in you something that they already see that belongs to their culture, right? Maybe if you were guided by this, well, your heart guided you towards the sun and they are devoted to the sun. It's like there is a similar perspective already, even though you are walking into a new garden, right? Or a new forest. So there is heart resonance, right? Between you and these new people, these new inhabitants, or this new land. And the way that they are wanting to show you, because it's almost like I'm seeing you not it's like you're learning by absorbing or by just seeing them work or seeing them cultivate their land, right? It's not something that you're going to read in a book or that they're going to give you a class and show you how it's done. It's almost like you just have to follow their footsteps and see how it's done, right? It's like you are just learning from observation. And this is how, it's almost like this is the beautiful dynamic of this co-creation. It's like it brings this confirmation from the heart, but it's like, you know, that there are certain elements, and this is what these three together are saying. It's like you need fresh water, you need fresh air, and you need the right tools. Okay, so this is, you know, very simply putting it, it's like these are the basic three elements maybe, or, and you know, we cannot forget about this, right? It's almost like this is the most important ingredient. If you don't have sunlight, you will never have this beautiful path of flowers, right? You would never be able to walk in this beautiful garden. So or, you know, nourish this land, right? It's like you need, most of all, you need the sun. But also what you need is the water that comes from the cup suit, but also the air that comes from the sword suit, as much as the tools, right? This judgment has nothing to do with, you know, what I usually see with this card that has this higher knowledge or higher judgment cast or higher verdict or analysis. It's almost like these are just representing today for you, Virgo, tools, right? And that is so gorgeous because Virgo, now that I'm thinking, is an earth sign that is really detail oriented and really like a hard worker. You're not going to bail if, you know, somebody says that this work involves, you know, long hours or, you know, getting dirty or getting your hands dirty. This is something that also I've been thinking a lot about since I posted that video in the Something Different series. But anyways, so Virgo is the one to, you know, get your hands dirty and work from this new way of working, from this new way of cultivating the land, specifically because you had something that I want to say, maybe it's new for them too. It's almost like you are bringing, because remember, you are a foreigner to them too, right? You were bringing with this, it's like your bag full of seeds was also full of hope that you would find the perfect land, the perfect soil that would be just the right one, the right type of ingredients, the right type of tools, the right type of knowledge in working the land, right? That is just like resonant, right? That just matches with what you had and what they have. And so you learning from them but bringing something that they don't have is something that is very, very enriching. It's like, I feel like even though they were already creating something beautiful, right? Before you arrived there, Virgo, it's like they already had a beautiful plantation, a beautiful garden, a beautiful cultivation, a beautiful, whatever it is that they are planting and tending to, right? It's like they already had a beautiful way of seeing the world, a beautiful way of working with the elements that they had at their disposal, right? And it's like seeing the beauty in it and like honoring it, right? Being devoted and showing their gratitude to the elements that, you know, they were working with. So that it's a beautiful, organic, and just integrated way of living with nature, right? And the place in which they are inhabiting. So it's like you want to learn from them. You are taking in everything that they are giving so freely, right? All of the elements. It's almost like you know that there are things that you can only learn, not only just by observing, but also like putting your hands on this thing, right? It's like you have to do your part. You have to pick up the tools and these elements and, you know, use it to plant your own seeds, and something that they have never seen such abundance, I want to say. And I feel like you had hopes, right? You already had hopes with the Page of Cups, but I don't feel like you knew that these 7 pentacles would grow up to this, right? The King of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So it's like this is abundance that maybe you've known abundance, but not in this way, right? Not through this lens, through this beauty way, through this perspective, or through working the land the way that you're being taught by these people, right? But I want to say it's like it's as much of a surprise to you as it is to them. And with the 3 of Cups, it's like they know that there is a good flow, there is a good rhythm. This co-creation is going to benefit you as much as oh my God, as it's going to benefit them. So And I feel like they're, you know, with the Three of Swords, until you get to this point of picking up the fruits or harvesting everything that you have planted, you know, yes, there is a bit of time, a bit of, you know, waiting time and tending to it, cultivating it, pruning it, but it's almost like it's a curve of apprenticeship, right? You are learning, so there is this learning curve that sometimes it can be frustrating, but if you allow this to unfold in a way that you are learning how to properly use the tools, how to properly understand this culture, this way of living, this way of, you know, cultivating maybe your own food or something like that, it's like, you know, that the ingredient that you were bringing with you, that is something that is foreign from that land, but with the richness that that land provides, you know that there is a lot of potential that you can explore, right? And if you have the patience, but also if you have the courage to persist, right, with the Strength card coming next. And here it is, Leo, right? Leo is the lion. So it's interesting actually, because when I was recording for Leo yesterday, I kept on thinking about this card, but it didn't come up for Leo. Well, you know, however, this card came up for Leo. But I was thinking so much already about this card. So I do feel like there is, it's almost like the amount of unknown information that was coming right at the end of Leo's extended, I feel like it's very clearly showing up here for you, Virgo. And I feel like you are the one who is going to, it's like from the moment that maybe you connect with the Leo, it's like you are going to feel the inspiration, you're going to feel the connection, you're going to find the confidence, right? It's like a mutual confidence, I want to say, but something that it's like you are bringing an incredible contribution and they are also, right? It's like, it's almost like these Leo peoples is like this civilization that maybe, you know, is devoted to an animal, or I don't know why I'm getting that so much for you today, but it feels like a culture engagement, like a culture devotion, like maybe religion factor, or maybe just you know, something that is embedded in the land or the way of living of these people, this new place for you. And it's like everything is so amusing to you because, you know, it's like it's this spark of light that, you know, the lion has, Leo, you know, Leo sign has. And I feel like this is what you find among the abundance, right? It's like you know, if we think of lion as the king of the jungle, right? It's like you have the potential of becoming the king of this land in a sense. It's all a metaphor, obviously, right? But in a way that is not extracting the abundance. That is so interesting because it's like your entire reading since the beginning, since the moment that we saw you moving on and setting sail and going across the globe and you know, traveling through the oceans and into a foreign landscape, that reminds me so much about, like, you know, the great navigations, right? The great expeditions, you know, from the 1600s, the 1500s. And so, you know, that gave birth, in a sense, to the New World, you know, the Americas. So it's like, it's a little bit like that, but it's like you are the one who is, you know, bringing something and not taking from the land, right? It's like you're bringing something to plant there, to enrich what you have going on already there. It's like the beauty is already there. There is this beautiful culture already there, and what you are bringing is just enhancing, right? Is increasing the beauty, is increasing the abundance. Maybe you're bringing, you know, resources, maybe you're bringing funding, maybe you're bringing, you know, money of some kind, or just financial aid or whatever it is. It's like you are the one. It's like you gain respect, right? It's like you're seen. Maybe this is going in a direction that maybe is too much, but too over the top. But it's like, if Leo is ruled by the sun and is also represented by the strength card, and we're ending here with the strength card, and we ended the first part with the sun card. So if you, Virgo, were setting sail and being, following the sun in a sense, and you found this land where the sun is respected, is honored, is shown a lot of gratitude, right? I feel like while you are learning from these people, and these people are seeing you work through their traditional methods, or with their traditional tools and knowledge, and seeing how much you are harvesting from this planting, or from this I want to say, like, there is a lot of dedication from your part, Virgo. So it's like maybe you weren't expecting that they would respect you so fast, right? It's like in such a short amount of time they would see you in high regards, like, or take you with such the same type of honors, right, that they devote to gods and goddesses. And this might be too over the top, but it's just how it's coming visually, right? It doesn't need to be so so intense as I'm seeing in the cards. Maybe the cards, and most of the times they show a visual story that is like a metaphor for us to fit in our lives, right? So summing up everything that I'm seeing here, there is a lot that you are gaining from going to a new place, exploring new horizons, but also learning from the local culture, from the local community, from like the local techniques, right? The original traditional methods and things that are new to you, I want to say, but you have also something to add to this. You have also something to contribute. And this means bringing the abundance for all. And because of that, because of your attitude, because of your decision to share your abundance, right? It's like, or to be the leader to say, no, we're going to fund this and that and the other, right? Or we're going to use the resources in a way that everybody gets a little piece of this. It's like you are elevated to this status of royalty or nobility or respect or authority, and just it's like there is a lot of strength in that. And just because you had the courage, you had the strength not to give up when things were hard, when you were in this learning curve that seemed to be maybe impossible to crack, right? Or maybe the tools were too hard to maneuver through, right? But you didn't give up. So therefore your respect, it's like you earned this, right? You earned this respect. You earned the just the veneration, I want to say, or the adoration, right? Or just the gratitude for your strength. So this is really, really beautiful, Virgo. So let's see now what the astrological runes have to add then as a final guidance for you. Okay, so we have the ascendant. I'm just laughing because I was thinking, wouldn't it be funny if the sun rune also came through? But no, the ascendant came through. And to be honest, this is talking about being humble, right? Being humble, but not being afraid to show who you are. It's like the ascendant is the first house, right? So you have to be bold enough, just like Aries is, being the first sign, and, a fire sign that needs to dare, needs to put themselves out there. And I feel like Virgo, you know, it's like you are daring, you are making this bold move since the beginning of this entire reading. It's like when you set sail, it's like you knew that you were going to expose yourself to a new place, a new environment, a new landscape, a new culture, a new whatever it is, right? Newness. But this was always, and you knew this from the beginning also, because this was maybe embedded in your hopes, right? Your hopes and dreams were not only because you were carrying a bag of seeds that were incredibly uh, just rich, right? But also because you knew that there was this personal growth that you would find, you know, this it's almost like the confirmation of your heart's guidance that this was always going to be for your own personal growth, that this would always be for your highest good, in a sense, and your own self-development. And this is what this ascendant is talking about. It's like, because you dared to show who you are, to prove to yourself that you could do this, right? To expose yourself in such a big way, that now you are being acknowledged, now you're being recognized, now you're being respected, now you're being seen, right? By who you have become, by like the decision of making this bold move to go explore a different land, you know, cross the ocean and go to an entire different place where you were humble enough to learn from the locals, but also insert your own unique self, your own unique contribution, right? So this is really beautiful. It's like you more powerful, right? You knowing who you are and knowing who you've become. So this is really, really great, Virgo. So I apologize for mixing up you with Leo, but I feel like now is all explained. So I hope this was insightful for you. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.